Hey, what's up, everyone, and welcome to Open Mic, the live shows. My name is Frankie Cena. I'm your presenter, and we have 22 amazing acts ready to perform tonight. Here's how things work. Our performers will perform their songs, and our judges will give feedback to the priority acts. At the end of the episode, they will choose their favorites to move on and their second favorites to receive 75 votes each. And then you can vote for your favorites to move on to the Open Mic semi-finals. So before we meet the singers, let's meet the judges. A&R for Sony, Thames TV, and Future Music, Chris Grayston. International vocal coach, mentor, and owner of Vocal Ovation Studio, Julie Miles. And A&R at Polydor Records, Universal, Leon Haynes. It's now time to meet our first contestant, Natalia Atkinson.
Different places, familiar faces, I miss you. I lost you, thought my heart is breaking to pieces. These days have been real lonely. Why'd you leave me all alone? My thoughts just keep me up awake at night. I might just cry myself to sleep like every night. And it goes like Monday night, I'm drowning in myself. Tuesday night, you won't get off my mind now. Wednesday night, it's all the same. I'm just stuck with this pain. Thursday night, my heart breaks a little more. Friday night, I'm staring at these bar walls.
Our next performer is Mia.
She said, don't worry about your past. Someone will guide you to a path you call home. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad. I just need someone who understands.
Here is the Young Notes Pop Choir.
Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt his worth. Thrill of the weary world rejoices for yonder and new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees. Oh, hear the angels' voices. Oh, night divine.
Next up, we have Megan.
Empty seat at the bar, our eyes lock and the butterflies start. It's been a year since your path crossed mine, but seeing your face, I get lost in time. Can we turn back time? I know you want me to. I know I got baggage, but you got issues too. I know it's been a long, long time since I held you close, called you mine. Without you, I feel I'm underwater, trying to escape all the past, all the trauma. When the lights go down, it's you I want around. I miss the days of me and you, oh I do.
Well, things are definitely heating up here at the live shows of Open Mic. Let's hear what our judges have to say from our first 4 acts, starting with Chris.
Wow, what a start. I mean, just hugely impressed by our acts there. I felt this show has already knocked out the under 18s from previous 2 shows out of the park. So you guys in show 1 and 2 that got through, you're going to have to watch the space on these winners coming through this show, because they're rocketing through. We've got some good feedback from all of you guys. You know, Natalia, what a super first impression. A lovely played guitar piece. I thought a nice clear vocal. The only thing to be picky on, I felt, was that you know, the overall quality of the video, the vocal seemed a bit low, and we were asking it to be turned up. And so once we get to the later stage of the competition, there's all these things that are going to contribute to making you sound that bit better than your other competitors, which is obviously something to consider in the competition. Maya, I thought you picked a great setting. It looked like it was a church or a chapel, and you really pulled out a really heartfelt performance. Again, just a minor consideration, maybe a major one actually, is you'd like to have seen you playing the keys, and we couldn't see you actually, you know, your performance on the keys there, but you did address the audience well, and another very strong performance. And Megan, just a super vocal. It's just delightful on the ears. Love the song choice and the tone. So I've got lots of praise for our first group. I think they have set the bar extremely high.
Thank you, Chris. Julie.
Yeah, it's always a real pleasure kicking off, particularly these the under category, because they just seem to pull it out the bag. I think the hunger's probably there when you're a bit younger as well. So we had three acts all requesting feedback. So Natalia, great to see that only 14. You're already working with originals, which is what we keep saying. I would say when you've got limited time to really kind of give us your best, please watch how long you're going to do an intro on a guitar. I think, a couple of bars would have been great so that you could get straight into it. It was just a little kind of, it felt just a little bit kind of on a level. I was waiting for something to happen, I think. But there's so many artists that are like that. You really reminded me of many years ago a singer that I loved called Suzanne Vega, and it was that just really kind of understated, less is more kind of singing and playing. So I do get that, but just make sure that even if it is an understated vocal, there's still those moments to really, really drive the story home, drive the emotion. But yeah, loved the fact that you did that original. Mia, exactly like Chris, loved your location. I felt that the song was maybe a little bit of a slow burner, and I was waiting for something to happen. I was saying, please, something happen, it needs a lift. And then you delivered that lift, which was really, really great. The piano, I think you could have probably done with a microphone for your vocal. The piano was a little bit dominant at times, but we could really, really hear that vocal has got huge potential. And I do feel that that your performance, it had purpose. I do feel that you did want to get across exactly what you were feeling. So that was really strong. Megan, so you performed a cover, which was a shame. I didn't actually know the cover at all. You've got really nice presence. Loved your backdrop. That was really great. Just really nice. Just, yeah, nice presence. Really good work with the camera. I think, the cover that you did, like I say, I didn't know it. So I would maybe question, if you haven't got originals yet, was it the right cover to actually showcase the best of you? And I think I would say that right across the board to everybody. You've got a limited amount of time, and you need to make it mean something. You need to leave a lasting impression. So some really, really good elements, but maybe I just wanted a little bit more, and I think you're capable of giving more as well.
Thank you, Julie and Leon.
Yeah, not much else to add, to be honest. Other judges have really covered most of the bases. Definitely really good start from our first bunch of artists. Natalia, again, really like the vocals, soft, humble, well delivered. The only thing I would say is just work on maybe tightening up the overall performance delivery a little bit. It felt a little bit rough around the edges, but I think just lots of practice will kind of help to solve that. And with Mia, again, great environment, he was competent and, well performed on the piano. Kind of alluding to, I guess, what Julie's already covered. Like, I wasn't too sure in terms of your verses. I felt like they lacked a little bit of energy, but you definitely pulled through. So I guess just the lesson to learn from there is, whilst it's good to, set the tone and build up to things, try not to lose the audience's attention. You still find ways to deliver, enthusiasm, in a subtle vocal as well, just to keep our attention gripped. And yeah, again with Megan, great. I think you just needed to make a bit more eye contact. I guess she was probably reading lyrics from something, but that's probably the only thing I'll say. Other than that, really good vocal, good backdrop. Well done.
Thank you, Leon. Our next performer is Alicia Wood.
Say
performer is Jeanette.
You cut out a piece of me, and now I'm bleeding, suddenly left here without you, oh, without you. And it hurts for me to think about what life could possibly be like without you, oh, without you. I can't believe that you wouldn't believe me. Forget all of your reasons. I lost all hope, you know I didn't mean it. Now I see it. You run and repeat it, and I can't take it back. So in the past is where we'll leave it. So there you go. Oh, can't find your time when I'm alone. Oh, I never found the words to say I'm sorry, but I'm scared to be alone. You cut out a piece of me, and now I'm bleeding, suddenly left here without you, oh, without you. And it hurts for me to think about what life could possibly be like without you, oh, without you. Oh, 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 without you, oh, without you, it's gonna be hard here on my own.
Here is 16-year-old Lizzie.
Feeling lost in the world, don't know what to say, trying to get out a word, drifting day by day, feeling lost and lonely, but no one's listening. Can't you hear me calling to hold you once again? And even if the world tries to blind my eyes, I know what I see is true. And even if heaven holds me back, I'll be drawn to you, 'cause you're my reality. You light up the dark, you're my reality. You healed my broken heart. You lit me up when I am down. You gave me purpose all around, 'cause you're my reality.
Next up, we have Layla.
We used to laugh, we used to smile, we were happy for a while. We had our ups, we had our downs, nothing that we wouldn't get around. It was just so amazing how I felt about you. But now I look at you, and I just don't feel the way I used to. I'm sorry for the useless excuses. I just didn't know how to put into words. I'm still not quite sure how to say this, but I know this may hurt you quite a lot. I've fallen out of love.
Here is 16-year-old Georgina England.
I remember last summer, we were sitting by the water, the sun was in the sky, your hand was holding mine. I remember thinking, this couldn't last forever. I knew we had to say goodbye. The summer had to end, but the sun came down on that shimmering sea, and the tide came in. Now the water's too sunrise, but the sun came down on that shimmering sea, and the tide came in. Now the water's too deep, and people packed up here. They left for.
Our last under 18 performer is Rebecca Barron.
I'm in the shadows, drowning all of my sorrows. I see the stars pass me by, within the loneliness, feeding the emptiness. I lay here asking why. So move on, live for today, love yourself and keep it that way. My soul is lost somehow. I'm kinda feeling let down and out of love. Save me with your touch.
Well, that concludes our under 18s for this episode. And I must say, I was thoroughly impressed with all 10 of our acts. I know it's going to be very hard for the judges to select. So let's see what Julie has to say.
So again, just want to reiterate, it's so great to see that in this unders category, they are writing their own music. It's so important. And you know, that was true of Lizzie. I think just a great depth of vocal, just something very memorable about that voice. I would say work on control, and just work on how much effort that you're actually putting into to actually produce that lovely rich mellow vocal, because I think at times you are just pushing and just using a little bit too much breath, and that is kind of, it's then distorting just some of the clarity, I would say, in your voice. I would have loved to have seen you actually engage with us. I would say that would have really made a difference. And although it was great seeing you kind of in action, I did feel that we were maybe watching you just putting your vocal down in a studio. So yeah, the combination of that really beautiful voice and then some engagement with your eyes and performance, I think would have really made a huge difference. But nevertheless, I was super impressed.
Yes, really good from Lizzie, first priority artist. I've really enjoyed the vocal. My notes was just, confident sound. Feel like you had a cool look, and you seemed, quite competent with what you was doing. I guess, yeah, just learn to perform a bit more. I mean, it's okay to do the kind of, sit down, almost studio type settings, but there are still ways that you can kind of find to engage and entertain your audience. And I think that was probably the only flaw I could really find personally, but I feel like, yeah, you really delivered vocal wise and sounded like a great song as well. So just definitely keep working on that area too.
Thank you, Leon and Chris.
I think, as you said it, you called it, Frank. It's been a really strong under 18s, and so credit to them all. It's going to be an absolute bum fight to who's going to go through from these guys. And Lizzie, yeah, just echoing a lot of been said already. For me, I think the background was a little bit busy, and I think that could have been a bit more minimal and less distracting. And I think that, like Julie said, there was an issue with your engagement, and I actually thought it was maybe the setup and the angle of your microphone, which kind of made you have to make a real conscious effort to engage us as an audience. And I think if maybe we just looked at a slightly different angle, it wouldn't have had to be such a purposeful change of angle in order to give us that. But yeah, I did love the original, and I think you really got something. So these little things can hopefully just push you on to be even better. But a great job from the under 18s. Hats off to you guys.
Thank you, Chris. We now shift gears to our over 18 category, starting with Jake.
When you were standing next cheek. I think you know I was scared, I was underprepared, but we finally managed to speak. When you told me how you felt, babe, my heart started to melt. And I acted a fool, but you said I was cool, so we played with the cards we were dealt. It is time for the world to see how beautiful you can be. I'm still a nervous wreck, so give me a sec. I'm gonna give you, darling, what you need. And I'm cool with how you wanna be tonight. Don't ask me questions till the time is right. Don't you fall in love so hard. Time is so precious, my God. Looking back at myself.
Here is Lunar.
Sunshine on a rainy day, keeping my head held high, though the birds fly away. I got grit to pave the way, head full of dreams and daisy chains. I know my path ain't straight, but I'ma do it anyway. Nothing is easy, keep walking my way, loving my word, loving my day. Yeah, no, ignore things that they say. You're weird in a good way, loving yourself just how you're made.
Our next performer is Morgan. Next up, we have J.E.
Toxic love, sheer hottie. Body language got you tripping like voddy. Curves on the light, Debbie Rose. Toxic love, she'll make your mind fold in the club, in the lobby. Eyes on the face, but more on the body. Toxic love, called Medusa. Ashes covered in Versace, head to toe, eye contact, I feel the attraction. Dance moves, let's see action. I feel heat, dance with me all night long. Less communication, don't want that distraction. In the place we vibing, coincidence, no, just perfect timing. Say no more, feel toxic love. Hypnotized by your eyes, I need reviving. Toxic love, sheer hottie. Body language, got you tripping like body. Curves on the light, Debbie Rose. Toxic love, she'll make your mind fold in the club, in the lobby. Eyes on the face, but more on the body. Toxic love, called Medusa. She's covered in Versace, head to toe. Her stare made a man froze. Foreign language speaking, different lingo. Spanish, Latina in the zone. Man fighting, trying to take her home, but she's not going home. Prestige on another level. Big bullet showing messes on their level. Want her, you need a bankroll. Make it rain on her.
Our next performer is Precious Shorty.
Time to turn up, killing with the vibe jam. Look around, time to tantalize them. It's a rap when I hit the streets. Sexy little midget, born mass physique. Quarantine, then it's time to celebrate. Cops up in his mother place. What you drinking? Let me get a taste. That's fly, grab my ass, pop my lace. Cracking habits with my cushion videos. This whole style is a damn contour. How y'all was to hit the floor? Can't measure this boy, I peep the score. Know how the things that pop off the top. Slug it down, this nah no gift shop. Hope you know all my girls take shots. Ratchet crew got the whole place locked. Me not business for the things we array. We a bust on the bottles in this whole damn place. Drink like Caribbean from the night till the day. So rock Hennessy, Bacardi, champagne. Aiming for the top, and you know I ain't missing. Shine hot, it's about time we glisten. Let's celebrate, we out here living. Put your cups up, it's the vibes that we live in. Put your cups up, put your cups up. Put your cups up, put your cups up. Put your cups up, put your cups up. Everybody in the house, let me hear you say what? Put your cups up, put your cups up. Put your cups up, put your cups up. Put your cups up, put your cups up. Everybody in the house, let me hear you say what? Straight out of Kierman, that's a done win. 3, 4, 5 is what I'm repping. I am the sauce, you check my settings. Know where we heading, these chicks be prepping. Yo, wait.
Here is Do Re Mi.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. And even your emotions had an echo with so much space. Hey, hey. And even when you're out there without a care, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Hold down, they don't love you like I love you. Back up, they don't love you like I love you. Step down, they don't love you like I love you.
Well, the over 18s have kept the bar high. Let's hear what the judges have to say, starting with Leon.
Yes, definitely. Very refreshing, you know. Over 18s are almost leveling up with the unders, to be honest. So it's really good. Really great start from Jake. Can I say great location? Thought the framing was good. You had a great vocal. And most importantly, I liked the song. It was really good. You know, it built at the right pace. There was good structure there. And I could just picture elements of it, you know, where there would be maybe, you know, different background singers, choirs, just to fill it out a bit more. But yeah, it was really good from you, to be honest. It would be good to have seen it live. There's not much more I can say, so really positive.
Thank you, Leon. Chris.
Yeah, brilliant. You know, this show is really smashing out of the park. I'm enjoying this. Lots of entertainment, lots of commitment from all the performers. And Jake in particular, yeah, I don't think the church as a setting is a bad shout, actually. You know, I think that it can give a really good acoustic, and it's pretty handy to have, you know, knowing the vicar, if it's one of the family or you're part of the church, that's a really good shout. I think for me, though, with Jake, you know, could have really liked a little bit more punch and commitment to the overall song performance. And I think that really would gravitate to him, giving it much more dynamics towards the chorus in particular. I just felt it lacked a little bit of that. It was all nice, it was all good, but I think we just need to learn that craft a little bit more when to really resonate that message to be even better. But you did it a lot right, and I think it's just kind of really getting you sharper now.
Thank you, Chris and Julie.
What a start. I think that's maybe the strongest start that we've had for the overs. Maybe. Anyway, Precious. I think I've just been to Shorty's party. I wish I had been though. It looks absolutely such fun. And I think Doremi had already been there and kind of passed out. Who knows? But anyway, yeah, really, really creative stuff there, which was fabulous to see. Jake, what a great voice! Just from the moment that you opened your mouth, really, really great edge to that voice, beautiful clarity. Like Chris, really, I thought your location really added something to the acoustics, so that was a real, that was definitely a great call. I think because you are so, I do see such potential in that voice. Range-wise, it's really fab, but just keep working on that range, because I did feel that it was sometimes on the edge and a little bit squeezed. And I would have loved to have kind of felt that there was still a few notes that you could have gone beyond. What I did love was, after kind of thinking, okay, yeah, we've heard that you've got a great tone and clarity. What else have you got? And then a little bit of gravel came in, which I really, really appreciated. So I thought you were really, really strong. But yes, it would do no harm for you at all to just work a little bit more on that upper range and just get a little bit more release.
Thank you, Julie. Our next performers are Amy and Alex.
Jolie, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolie, 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 please don't take it just to catch you.
Next up is Sarah Carlin. Our next performer is Izzy Derry.
We walked barefoot, all in the pouring rain, mud between our toes, but I didn't care much, 'cause I had a hand to hold, a hand to call my home. Now I see how it is. Now I see how it is. Oh, 'cause lately all my words seem wrong, and lately I don't feel so strong, and I've been wondering if...
Here are the Willswood Boys.
I'm giving up, I'm letting go. Anxiety and pain live inside my brain. But what I once knew now burns in the distance, driving my mind and blurring my vision. You're really gone, is this even real? The one thing that ever really mattered to me is now looming somewhere between the wreckage. I'm calling your name and calling it quits. I'm a prisoner of my own mind, with thoughts that tangle and entwine, spreading fear and stirring rage. I'll ride this roller coaster, but I'll never make it to the top. But I'll never make it to the top.
Next up is Zoila.
Listen, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder, I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder, I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving. Wishing you the best, pray that you are blessed. Bring success, no stress, lots of happiness. I'm not gonna blast you on the radio. I'm not gonna like you, your family know. I'm not gonna hate you in the magazine. I won't compromise my Christianity. I ain't gonna teach you on the internet, 'cause no one's gonna be better than that. I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give up, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder, I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make it, I will survive, keep on surviving, I'm a survivor, I'm not gonna give, I'm not gonna stop, I'm gonna work harder, I'm a survivor, I'm gonna make, I will survive, keep on surviving. Oh, 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 oh.
Our last performer of episode 3 is Stephanie Leah.
Breathless, can't breathe, save me. I find myself breathless, trying to find an escape, trying to find an escape. What's the time I'm waiting for my fate? It's only a matter of time before I'm in the pit of hell. It's only a matter of time. Will I be able to escape? Only time will really tell. Keep checking over my shoulder for the devil to appear. You see, we made a deal years ago, and now my time is up. starts to shake and my body starts to quake.
What a show, what a show. I have been thoroughly impressed with tonight's performances, and I don't know how the judges are going to choose just 3 to move on to the next round. Chris, what did you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Hats off to all the performers tonight. I think we've been thoroughly entertained this evening. That's really good. I mean, anyone going through or not going through, keep doing what you're doing. Those that go through tonight, you know, you need to maintain these levels and keep going. But, you know, that's certainly been a very entertaining show. And for our priority acts, Amy and Alex, I really felt you sounded really great together. I really liked the change up in the song. But for me, I think the thing that let it down a little bit was your interaction together. I think there was no initial kind of acknowledgement of each other as a performance. And it almost felt you were almost interacting with different audiences, almost looking in opposite directions, not even in the same audience, let alone a together performance. So, you know, we always talk about looking at articles, you know, on the website in general, but on the Open Mic website, there's one on performing as duos. I think a lot more engagement and interaction with each other. Show you as one, show you as a duo would have really benefited that to really buy us into that performance, because that was the one thing, sounded brilliant, but let you down, I felt. As for Stephanie, you know, like the sound of it, but I was just really struggling a little bit with the identity of it all, really. I'm seeing a kind of beach, calm, sort of maybe stormy day in the background. I'm seeing a sort of trippy rave top being worn, and then a bit of a grunge element in the music. I'm not seeing anything that's cohesive and a well thought out act. And I think that's an area I would really look to do. And I think that you could easily, you know, maybe do a mood board or something like that. Look at all the artists that you gravitate, that you feel that you have influences on your music. Again, there's another article on the Open Mic website, how to do a mood board. I really think you need to dig deep in what your identity as an artist, because I was a little bit confused with the incohesion of it all, and I don't know whether the other judges picked it up on that as well.
Thank you, Chris. Curious to see if the other judges agree. Let's hear from Julie.
Yeah, firstly, I just want to say huge congratulations to everybody for making such an effort, for the most part, on really getting creative with those backdrops. You know, we have been saying it show after show after show, and this is the time that, you know, we really do want to see that feedback has been listened to, that the homework has been done in terms of watching past shows and so on, and that really came through tonight, I thought. Amy and Alice, I think it was, agreeing with Chris. I really I felt that it was just an odd choice of framing, but then I thought, well, maybe you were having to socially distance, which would then indicate why you were apart. But if that was the case, then, you know, pan out so that we can see something more than a, you know, the backdrop of a massive amount of space. So I did feel like Chris that it didn't pull the act together at all. Which was such a shame, because I really loved. It was quite a, you know, a deep and haunting take on such a popular song. But I'm gonna point out that it is about finding an original act. Was that original enough to actually take you through? It is a shame, because I loved the vocals, I loved the arrangement, but there was just a few things just off. Again, I'm going to agree with Chris on Stephanie. I really felt, so I actually remember Stephanie from the first round, like, you know, we're remembering most of the acts, that particularly the ones that we put through. And that is not what I remembered from you first round at all. First round, I felt that there was some sort of presence. I felt that you know, there was something that really emotional that kind of drew me in particular. And I did feel that, you know, again, like Chris, that, you know, the setting just did not match the vibe of the song. It was quite a kind of full-on angsty kind of song, and this was a very, very serene setting. So that didn't make sense. And also, you know, that vocal, it's not the vocal I remember unless I'm really mistaken, but you know, that twangy American vibe that I really didn't feel that you had last time. So I don't know whether you've maybe overthought this and tried to bring us something really, really different, but I just felt that we lost the core of you. Because I felt you were so authentic last time, and I do feel that something you've maybe just turned down the wrong lane for this particular one.
Thank you, Julie. Leon.
Yeah, I mean, the trouble with going last is basically everyone covers everything you need to say, and I guess there's a lot of good feedback there for, you know, our last few artists participating. Again, just to touch, you know, with Amy and Alex, whilst, you know, I felt like obviously you had a cool backdrop, you know, the great intro and, you know, some harmonic elements towards the start, I felt it got a little bit noisy with the full instruments being included. And I specifically made a note about the framing as well. Could have been a lot better, but then I also kind of think, you know, along the lines of Julie, that it could potentially be that, you know, the social distancing, but I guess you just got to think of workarounds for that, you know, and plan out a bit, or, you know, plan different scenarios, because it just looked a bit odd just in terms of the framing. And then just with Stephanie Lee, again, you had great performance energy. I feel like, you know, there was definitely some confidence in you, but I totally get where Chris was coming from with just a bit of confusion of identity, because for me, I put down, you know, the image and the scenario was, you know, a little bit confusing. So it's kind of alluding to a similar thing, basically. The music didn't really connect with the image you portrayed. And I also felt it just lacks a little bit of oomph and self-belief. So you definitely just need to kind of refine your goal and focus in on a specific area that, you know, resonates with you.
Thank you, judges. It's time to find out who the judges are going to choose to move on to the next round, and who they are going to choose as their runner-ups. We'll begin with the runner-ups, each receiving 75 votes, starting with Chris.
Yeah, just want to say again, brilliant energy from everyone tonight. Hats off, you really listened to the advice. It felt like an almost perfect, you know, show for this stage of the competition. Hopefully those going through can gravitate even more, keep climbing, keep developing with the few pointers that are being said and being alluded to. Those that don't, you might have walked through the first two shows, but keep going. You know, these votes we're giving out now is a huge jump up, 75 votes. And so therefore, with a little bit more originality, they might have just gone straight through, but 75 votes on awarding to is Megan Ashley.
Thank you, Chris. Julie.
Yeah, I know I say this every time, but this was really, really tough. We had so many acts there that we would have absolutely loved to have put through. So at least we can actually contribute to hopefully securing this with a public vote. Love the name, love the act. Luna, congratulations, you have my 75 votes.
Thank you, Julie. Leon.
Yeah, it's always difficult decisions to be made, but my 75 points is going to, well-deserved performer. That's going to be Jake McKeown.
Thank you, Leon. And now for the judges' first choices, automatically moving on to the next stage of the competition. Chris.
Well, one of those acts that really put some creativity behind their performance. Really make sure you punch out the message of your song. It's all going to be based on the strength of your song. Now we're getting down to the semi-finals. Really, it's going to have to be a real catchy little number. But I think these guys have got something. So automatically, for me, it's the Willswood Boys.
Thank you, Chris. Julie.
This was actually a really easy decision. We all loved this this artist, this act. Really looking forward to seeing what you bring us next time. My first place goes to Mia.
Thank you, Julie. That means one spot left. Leon, who's going to get it?
Yeah, my one place for a winner is going to go to a great vocalist. You know, had a confident sound, good performer. Looking forward to seeing more from her further down the line, and it's going to be Lizzie Posey.
Thank you, Leon. Thank you very much to all of our contestants for putting in so much effort into this amazing show. If your favorite act did not move on to the next round, or if they didn't receive 75 votes, make sure you vote to get them into the next stage of the competition. I'm Frankie Cena, and this is Open Mic.